Hear ye, and step right up. Step right up and dare, if you will, to stare deep into the eyes of debauchery and passion incarnate. 2 bits will get you looks, but 4 bits will get you touched in a hoochie-coochie fashion. We were once a lowly troop, stationary and cooped in a house of ill repute, stuck in a dust bowl town. And being very astute, we recognized the laws of moral reform as they came round the dusty little town. We were chaste, and in ethical disgrace, we were run right out of town, close to being tarred and feathered from high society's highfalutin with delicate sensibilities. And through that storm we weathered and branched out to explore and reconnoiter the countryside and our country bumpkin brethren, to then be able to bring our deviancy to you, the good populace of this poor, dejected, and neglected county. So step right up and try your hand. Step right up and be a man. Under this tent top you will experience games of skill and a broken will, pleasures of the flesh, and an exotic celestial caress. Mexican plants to drink and smoke, oils and tinctures to convalesce and cope, dice throwing, the wheel of fortune, and opium consumption, card dealing and liquor prescriptions with a gin joint symposium. Entering our tent is like the proverbial, or even the theological, laying on of God's own hands. Why, we had a lame man walk into this very tent not more than a fortnight ago, an ordinary man in every other way. He laid down his 4 bits and was electrified and epiphanized and deeply touched. He threw down his crutch and stood straight up, wide in girth and as erect as an obelisk pillar. You could have used him to pound home the nails like the head of a hammer. Then before he left, he hit the wheel and took a swig of our swill and watched his fortune land where it will. And when he turned and hit the floor and walked through the door, he left with paper tender lining the pockets of his trousers. I've been edified through the papers, but mind you, through the grapevine too, that he has put down soup line equipment and began investments, and now he writes his own tickets. Why, the last word that I had heard was that he had purchased a 34 Duesenberg. Now, I'm not a-saying that this particular outcome is a-gonna happen to yous, but I'm also not a-saying it was awful peculiar. So can you afford the chance? Can you afford not the wager? Can you afford the uncertainty? They say times are hard, yes, but when were they not? And months from now, when you look back, with your crops in mutiny, and your children don't know the definition of revelry, how much would you give to come back and love and live under our tent once again and vent your pale-skinned sins? Well, fear not, nor regret, my fine country folk. The moment has not yet passed, into that cold black void of time's past. We are here to bring you all of your desires and fantasies, at a cost, yes, but a paltry one, if ever there was such a thing. So this way, me gentlemen, 2 bits in me hand will get you in. Please though, please sirs, an orderly queue, there is room for all to attend this dark ball.